Gonna stay in this moment, gonna lay here on the grass. I don't need to feel lonely, I am finally home at last. And I don't mind being gone on adventures for a while. No, no, 'cause the best thing about it is I know I'm coming back. Oh, oh. Of all the magic places in the world I've been to, this is where my heart is. Oh, you know it's true. No matter where I go, I'm coming home to you. Been walking down the street so many times, my feet know every brick and stone. Could wear a blindfold. No matter what I do, I'm coming home to you. And I don't know why, don't know why, don't know why I'm always feeling homesick. Oh, all I know, all I know, all I know is this is where my heart is. Oh, I have seen many places where the beauty never ends. Different cities, friendly faces, and perhaps I'm going back. But I don't have to be chasing every dream that I have. Oh, no. 'Cause the thing is I've got more love here
Hi.
than I can.
It's been about a month since I posted the last video, and I know that you're waiting for the Edinburgh vlog, and it's coming. It really is. But usually what happens when I come back from the travels is just, first I need the time to kind of find my base again, because I'm not one of those people that, you know, can just pick up and go and travel and be okay with it. Every time I travel, I feel uprooted, and then when I come back, I need to find my footing again. And also, I struggle organizing the travel footage because there is always so much of them, and I tend to feel overwhelmed. But what I decided to do is I was watching Selma from Little Big Knits, my friend Selma, and she does this amazing thing this year. Instead of, she didn't make New Year's resolutions at the beginning of the year, but what she does, she kind of sets herself every month, she sets a monthly challenge. So that way she can focus on one or two things every month, and rather than one whole thing for the whole year, one resolution for the whole year. And I thought that that's a great idea. So what I'm going to do for the month of June is I'm going to set myself a monthly challenge inspired by Selma, and I'm going to make a video every week. So I'm going to release at least one video a week, and that is going to be my challenge. So that way, hopefully the next video will be the Edinburgh video. But because I didn't still have the time to arrange all the footage that I have, this is the one that you are getting now, and also I'm making a lot of stuff, so it's compiling. It would be too much to show you later on if I waited. So yeah, I do, as you can see in the background, I don't know if you heard me, I turned my face. As you can see in the background, I do have a lot of things that I'm working on, but I will probably show you that tomorrow, because today is my dad's birthday, and we are taking him to the casino resort for dinner, which we're supposed to leave soon. But this is where one thing that I finished comes into play, which I'm going to show you, which is this shrug. I have finished another Saturday shrug by Jackie Rose from Jackson Rose podcast channel. And this is made from Stylecraft special Aran with wool. I will link it. I don't know if you see my dog, but you probably heard her shaking. I gave her a bath yesterday and she's still used to getting used to the new smell. So, because I'm wearing this dress, it's the first time I'm wearing it, and I got about 3 dresses similar to these that I bought them here in the shops in the mall, and I love these kind of dresses. Let me walk back so you can see. I don't know if you can see the full, these very simple plain dresses. And I got 3 of them, but because I got them here in the mall, I can't really link them in case you like it. However, I did order another 3 from H&M, and I ordered that online. So when they come, if the fit is good and if I'm happy with the quality, I'm gonna link those. But basically, I'm going to take this Shrug tonight because of the air condition. I don't know how cold it's going to be at the resort. So I'm gonna put it on over a dress just so you can see. And hopefully I can see it as well because I didn't try it on with this. There we go. So in case I get cold during the dinner, we are not going to go to the casino because Alex is coming with us and he's not 18 yet, so he's not allowed to go to the casino. But still, the whole place there is heavily air conditioned. So in case I'm cold, I'm going to wear this, and I think it's going to go nice. Well, yeah, it definitely goes nice with my shoes. I really cannot see if you can see them in the hall, but maybe I'm going to put in the little of a B-roll in case when I edit it doesn't show the whole outfit. Okay, so I'm going to finish getting ready, and I will see you tomorrow to show the rest of the stuff that I've been working on.
Been walking down the street so many times my feet know every brick and stone. Could wear a blindfold, no matter what I do, I'm coming home to you. And I don't know why, don't know why, don't know why I'm always feeling homesick. Oh, all I know, all I know, all I know is this is where my heart is.
I think your phone is upside down.
No, it's working.
Women. Oh, we can't use that
You
now.
can't use that now, the world.
I'll be cancelled.
Am I going to get cancelled?
No, I'm going to get cancelled.
No, but you're not on YouTube, so am I going to get cancelled because of you?
Probably.
Well, if you post this, maybe.
I go, I'm coming home to you.
Actually, it's not that bad. I thought it's going to be worse. I thought I'm going to tumble down, but not. Good morning. As promised, I'm going to show you everything that I've been, more or less everything that I've been working on since we last time spoke about the crafting bit. And I have cat hair on me because I was just kissing Jake a second ago. Pretty much everything that I've been working on, maybe not some of the whips that I haven't been attending to. I'm going to leave that once I start working on them as well. But because it's been a while since I showed you things I made, actually it was before Edinburgh, I have quite a bit. So there are 2 things that I have finished. There are 2 blankets that I finished that I showed you last month, sorry, or 2 months ago. that I started working, the crochet blankets that I started working on them, and I have finished them in the meanwhile. So they're both gifts for later on in the year. I'm not keeping them, but I want to show you how they turned out, and they turned out lovely. So this is one of them. It's very similar to the one that I took to Amy Palko and her husband as a gift because they were such great hosts when we went to Edinburgh. But this one is a bit, I can't say that it has less colors in it, but actually I do think that it has less colors. They're a bit more muted. And I know exactly who this one is going for. I'm not going to say it on camera. But it's lovely. I really like. I mean, all of the blankets that I make, I really like. Every time that I finish it, I'm just really happy how it comes out. It's like painting with yarn, and it makes me happy to kind of play. So that's the first one that is done. And the second one is more natural colors. It doesn't really have those pops of red and yellow in it. It's browns, blacks, greys and whites and beiges, and this one is also a gift. Maybe it's better if I show them like this, so you can see the... So this is my hand spun yarn held together with a strand, both of them, actually all of my crochet blankets that I do now. It's my hand spun yarn held together with a strand of either alpaca blend, alpaca polyamide blend, or mohair blend, or alpaca mohair polyamide blend. And because in crochet, the thing that I enjoy crocheting, but the thing that I don't necessarily like with finished products is when there are holes in it, when there are large holes in it. It bugs me if my fingers go through them. So what I like to do is I make them in single crochet, so the fabric is more tight, it's more firm. And also by adding that strand of mohair, it kind of closes all the gaps, so it's one solid piece of fabric. So this is what I like for the blankets. So these are the two that are finished, and I have already washed them. So I'm storing them. I actually took them out of the storage because they are going to be for gifts later on in the year. I made a list of things that I want to talk about. Another blanket that I started working on after I finished these is this one. Now this one, it's going to be, I'm using only white hand spun yarn. Until now, I'm using white Shetland. So 2-ply hand spun Shetland in white, but I don't know if I'm going to have enough only in Shetland, so I might mix in some Corriedale, Jacob and Merino, we'll see. But either way, it's going to stay only as white as far as my hand spun is concerned. And I'm holding it with a strand of this alpaca mohair blend. But this cone, it's lace weight. It's kind of variegated, so it goes from dark gray to light gray, and that's why it creates this kind of marl on the actual fabric. I didn't, it's not much that I have, so I work a bit on it every night. But this is going to be also nice. You're going to get bored of me saying this is going to be nice, this is going to be nice, but I love each one that I made. There was never one blanket that I made that I said, oh, I really don't like this. So either some of them that I have frogged, like that garter blanket, I did it for practicality purposes because Jake and Baguette, the other cats, they like to claw them, so I would need to felt them like I did with the other garter blanket that I made. Although I love garter blankets, it's just practicality wise I frogged it, but I love the look. However, the crochet blankets, they are more sturdy, so it works for me having cats. So that's the blankets. Now I made, this is kind of going to be a year of the hat for me, and I never knitted hats before, but I made one a couple of months ago that I showed, and I really like this double layered hat, how it looks and how it fits. Now I don't, they have this pattern, muscle burr or something like that. That I think the lady, the designer, I don't know who is it by, she kind of teaches you how to increase, find your own gauge, then knit the tube and then decrease, so that way you get a double layer hat. I don't do that. I don't increase and decrease. I just make a big tube. I'm still experimenting on how many stitches I need and how long the tube should be. And I just gather it on the top, and it works fine. You're gonna see. The one that I made like that is this one, so I'll show you what I mean. So this is fingering weight, alpaca wool blend, and so I just made the tube. I gathered it on one side and I gathered it on the other side. And then once I once I insert each end, one end into the other, I'm probably going to seam it because this is also going to be a present for later on. I might put a pom-pom on here, but I'll show you how it looks. It looks great, doesn't it? And I really don't mind the fact that I don't have the decreases here. I like how it looks. And as soon as I find, and I think I'm already there, as soon as I find how many stitches I'm going to use, I'm just going to make loads of them for myself and also as gifts. I think they're perfect gifts. This one is fingering weight yarn, and I used 2.5mm needles, and I did 108 stitches, I think, in round. Now I'm still experimenting in the length, as I said, how long I want it to be, because this 108 stitches, from what I saw, it works well for my head, and it also works well for Mario's head because it stretches. However, because it stretches, maybe for men, I'm going to have to make them a bit longer. So I'm thinking maybe 60 centimeters, which is what, 12 and 12, like 24 inches or less. The other one I did 50 centimeters, but I didn't gather the old one, the other one that I did earlier this year, but I didn't gather it from both sides. I sewed them together, I knitted them together, and then I just gathered one on the top. So basically it didn't have to be that long. So this one, I don't think it's 60 centimeters. I think it's a bit shorter, which works for me, but I think for men I might have to do 60. We'll see. I'm still experimenting. And that brings me, so this one is finished, but I'm going to probably close it here and add a pom-pom later on, as I said, for because it's a gift. I started making another hat, which is, this is now the first yarn that I'm using, that I got in Barcelona when we went to Barcelona Knits in October and November. And even though I went to Edinburgh and came back and bought more yarn there, I didn't use any of the yarn that I got at the previous yarn festival, and that was like, okay, you can't keep on doing that. I mean, like, just to keep on buying yarn and not using it. So it's beautiful yarn. It's just, you know, getting around to it. I have much more yarn than, you know, my hands can actually use up the speed, the rate that I'm buying it. So this is from Barcelona Knits. I bought 2 skeins of this. It's Colosco, this brand. And both of the skeins, even though they're different colors, they are 70% superwash merino, 20% yak, and 10% nylon. 420 meters per 100 grams. So I'm making this one, the first one, and I think this is going to be for my niece for Christmas. Beautiful, beautiful yarn. And this is the fabric that it creates. I put the progress keeper here when I measured the first 30 centimeters, 12 inches on them. So I know that ideally I would like to have enough for another 30, but I marked it here so I can just measure from here on. And this is the fabric that creates, but the yarn is beautiful, very soft, just very nice. And that yak is just, I can feel it, and it gives this muted color. The reason why I think that this is going to be for my niece is because I want to use the other skein of the same brand, the same type of yarn for her fiance, because they usually celebrate Christmas, not Christmas, New Year's with us, or we all celebrate together. And I bought them at the same time, and it's this one, also from Barcelona Knits. So they kind of match, because this mustard color, the gray one here, it has those kind of mustardy speckles. So I thought it would be a nice set for them to have, so for her and for him. So that's the plan, but I still have to see how it's going to look when I finish this. And the good thing is that with this, it's only a tube. You're not breaking out off any yarn and all this. So if it doesn't work out, I'm just going to, you know, undo it and use the yarn for something else. But I think it's going to look beautiful, and it's going to be a nice match for her fiance in the same yarn but different color. Now, the next one. I've been working on a jumper for myself, my regular jumper, the one that I usually do. And I wanted to play, basically lately I just want to play, I want to play with different combinations of yarn to create different fabrics. And this is something that is giving me so much joy. That's why I enjoy the blankets and don't care about different, I like very plain models of clothes, and also the blankets you see, they're just the simplest of the simplest stitches, but I like playing with different yarns and seeing what kind of textures and feel they get and the colors when they marl. So I decided to make my regular raglan jumper using 2 yarns. One is wool alpaca blend, this one, and I'm holding it with 100% cobweb cashmere. And I like the fabric that it's getting. And even though this is fingering yarn, fingering weight yarn, and this is cobweb, there is something about the cashmere, it does add more volume, the way that yak adds, at least this one that I have. So I actually use 4mm needles for this, and I didn't do the sleeves yet, and I didn't wash it or block it either, but this is what I got by using those 2 yarns together. So the body is finished. I tried it on, it's just perfect, perfect amount of ease, and everything is just right about it. And it created this beautiful marble, subtle marble, or subtle variegation. And I'm going to, it's right now at standing on the mannequin that I was looking to buy a mannequin, you know, to display clothes. And I was thinking, I remember my sister had one that she used to keep her wedding dress on. And I called her and I asked her, I said, do you still have this thing, the mannequin? And she said, yeah. And she didn't need it, so she gave me one. So she gave it to me. And I was so happy. It's just perfect. It's my size, and it's lovely. I'll show it to you in another episode. So she gave it to me. So this has been standing on the mannequin. The only thing is the mannequin kind of freaks me out a bit in the night. At the moment it's in the living room. So with the corner of my eye, when I see it, like in the dark, I just kind of like flinch, because straight away I think like, oh, there is somebody standing in my living room. But it's probably going to take some time just to get used to it. So I have these sleeves to finish on this one. But that's not going to take too long, but I like how the fabric came out. Talking about playing, I wanted to play again with different kind of designs, not constructions, but designs and fabric. I don't think I'm going to keep this one, but I want to show you. So this is my handspun. This is handspun Shetland in Murrid color that I have plied with a strand of 60% cashmere, 20% viscose, and 20% acrylic, I think. So they are both fingering weight, and then I plied them together. So my handspun Shetland and commercial cashmere blend, and this is what I got. So then I wanted to play and try to, what if I did like a black turtleneck body in this yarn, and then black cuffs and black hem. And I tried it, and it's going to look lovely, but I don't need another jumper like this at the moment. So that's why I think I'm going to either leave it, you know, on a standby, or frog it, use this in one of my blankets. But at least I know that the combination looks really nice, and later on I can make a jumper like that. This was just really because I wanted to play and to see how it's going to look. So the turtleneck in black. And this is that handspun yarn. I'm using this Progress Keeper that I received recently from one of you, Cricket. Thank you for the second time, because she heard that in one of the episodes I was talking about different, it's not Progress Keeper, it's row counter, that I was using some row counters, and I have this prim one that I put on the needle, and it's very, very useful, but it's an ugly little thing. It's not very pretty. So she heard that I was like looking for different alternatives, and she bought me 2 types of row counters. The other one I didn't start using yet, but this one I am. And this is, I kept the, she got it, it's from Twice Sheared Sheep. It says snag-free row counter. I don't know, I think that's a shop in the States, I'm not sure. But if you're in the States, you can look it up from there. So Cricket, thank you. So you can see I'm actually using your row counter. So this one is probably going to get frogged, but not because I don't like it, just because I have too many things going on, and the whole point of this was to just try out the idea, how it's going to work, and it is working. So for later on, I'm going to probably make a jumper like that. Okay, how far in are we? Not much longer, not much longer. Talking about Shetland and hats. I started making a hat in my handspun Shetland silk blend, which I'm holding together because I'm just using single ply of my handspun and holding it together with cobweb 100% merino. So this is my handspun. The white bits are silk, and the brown is natural Shetland wool. And I'm holding it with a cobweb strand of 100% merino in black. And this is the fabric. Again, I'm just creating a tube. I'm doing 108 stitches again, but at this time I'm using 3mm needle. It's just really to experiment with the sizes, and also to play with the fabric to see what kind of fabric I'm going to get. And I'm getting a nice fabric, I can tell you that, so just don't lose the stitches. That's so pretty. Very pretty. Well, I like it. So that's me continuing to play. And what else? Aha, yes. Talking about playing. I had for a while now, this is the last thing that I'm going to show you. But before I show you, I was asked if I sell my blankets. I don't. I actually don't sell anything. I would like to sell at some point because that would allow me, not blankets. Blankets, I don't know how I would be able to sell them because they are made from my handspun yarn. Obviously, they take so long to make. They take a lot of material. How on earth do you price that? I don't know. Maybe, but I don't know about the blankets. Maybe some fireside wraps, which are smaller, like smaller form of blankets. Maybe that would be doable. But in general, I would like to sell some of the things that I make, for the reason that now getting excited about playing with things. That would kind of give me a green light to be creative, because when I make garments for myself, I always have in mind, because I wear very, very plain clothes, I always have in mind to kind of like, is it going to fit in my wardrobe? Rather than just, you know, going mad and playing and letting my creativity go. I always have to kind of have that in mind, like, oh, am I actually going to wear that? So if I was selling things, whether in the form of shawls or blankets or garments, then that would actually give me the green light, you know, for the creativity. So I would eventually like to sell something, but I don't have anything now for sale. When that changes, I will tell you. But because I got asked if I sell blankets, I don't for now. So this is the whole spiel to answer that question. I don't have for now, but we will see. We will see in the future. It's something I would like to look into. And to finish with the things that I've been working on, I had for a while a fade of, I hand spun a fade of merino in natural colors. So starting with white and then adding a bit more. So I used brown merino and white merino, and then starting with white, I was making hand spun by adding more and more brown and kind of creating a fade. And I had that for a couple of years. So I said, finally, let me use it. And I'm making this jumper. I decided to do a bit of a different neckline, not the usual turtleneck that I make. So I'm holding the hand spun with this kind of cream, it's alpaca, mohair and polyamide blend. So that is also going to tie everything together even more so into a fade. And because now I have split for the sleeves, but before I show you that, this is how it looks. Sorry, the needles are making noise. I'm using 6mm needles. So I did a folded neckline, which hopefully is going to actually stand up on its own rather than fold in. Even if it folds in and lies right against my body, it's fine. But I would ideally, because it's thicker, like it to stand up a bit like this. So we'll see how it goes. But this is how the fade is looking for now. I started with white, then I had another one a bit darker, and now I'm in a bit more darker one as well. And because I have split for the sleeves in order to have for the sleeves the fade as well, what I'm doing now, after splitting for the sleeves, I take this skein of yarn that I'm going to start knitting. I divide the number of grams that I have by 6. Then I take 1/6 for one sleeve, 1/6 for the other sleeve, and keep the rest for the body. So these are the ones that I have separated for the sleeves already. So when I start doing the sleeves, I'm going to be able to continue with the fade. And if you see, the fade is very, very gentle. I actually accept the jump from the white to the one that has a bit more brown. That one has a bit more contrast. But again, as I said, I'm playing, and it's bringing me so much joy, and I'm really happy to do it. It's like I can't wait to play and see what kind of fabrics and what kind of colors I'm going to get. And hopefully that is going to be the continued theme for this year. So I hope you're well. I don't know how long this vlog is going to be, because I included the footage when we took my dad out for dinner, and it was such a lovely evening. I'm going to close it here, and I will see you soon, because as I said, I'm going to continue. I'm going to hold myself to the challenge of releasing at least one video a week now for the month of June. So I hope you're well. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye for now.